we are a research team of me, Nicholas, Casey, and Tiana. Tristan could not be here today because he has a family emergency that could not be rescheduled around. But our research was on a summer camp for Mr. Brad Leydig. He owns a basketball summer camp, and he was looking to expand it to new areas. So we decided to run some research in the Charlottesville area for his summer camp.
We started our research with an exploratory survey made on Qualtrics and posted through Facebook on April 7th till April 19th. We surveyed 15 people, and the survey consisted of 3 closed-in questions to help get an idea of what type of activities parents and kids look for in a basketball summer camp to help make our descriptive survey. Our descriptive survey was also through Qualtrics on Facebook from April 19th through the 22nd. We surveyed 63 people. This survey consisted of 9 closed-ended and 3 open-ended questions, and both of these surveys were posted on not only the researchers' personal Facebook pages, but as well as Charlottesville school Facebook pages and other Facebook pages that are located in the Charlottesville area.
So, results. We asked 12 questions within our descriptive survey to get a better feel of the target market that we were trying to go after. So for the first question, we asked, do you live in Charlottesville? So of the 63 participants that answered the question, 60 of them answered yes, while only 3 said no. And then we asked them what their age was so we could get a better feel of what kind of parents that we were trying to talk to. So the most frequent answer was 40 to 50 years old, followed by 20 to 30, and then 30, 40, 50, 60, and then 60 plus. Okay, so when asked if they were a parent or guardian of the child, 76.56% of them said yes, that they were a parent of the child, while only 23% said no. And then of those who answered yes, how old are the kids? Of the 49 participants who said yes, we found a wide array of ages from 2 months to 48 years old. However, we found that out of the 49 participants, 26 of them, or 40%, had at least one child between the target age range of 8 and 14. So then when asked if they would send their child to a basketball camp, 75% of them said yes, while only 25% of them said no. And then when asked the question about money, how much money these parents were willing to spend on a 5-day, 9-to-3 basketball camp, the most frequent answer was $200 to $220, and that was followed pretty closely by the next range, which was $240 to $260. And then when asked the question of how much time that the parents were willing to drive to camp, we found that the 20 to 30 minute range was the most frequently answered range of how far they were willing to drive. And then when asked the question, circle all the most important topics to you when it comes to characteristics of a basketball camp, we found that the top 3 were team building, skills, and fun. So when asked if they would rather have a packed or a catered lunch, 62% of the participants indicated that they'd rather pack the lunch themselves, while 37% said they would rather have it catered. And of those that answered that they wanted it catered, 18 out of 21 people who said that they would rather have it catered, they answered that they would prefer either Chipotle, Panera Bread, or Chick-fil-A, one of those 3. And then the remaining 3 said that they would like to have something healthy. And then when asked what hours would be most convenient for the camp to run, we found that all of the responses involved the time from the morning till about the mid-afternoon, so it kind of fit right in with the parents' work schedule. And then to be more specific, 23 of the 50 participants, or 46%, they wanted to start and end at the original target start and end time of 9 to 3. And then when asked if they would like to have before and after care for their children, 75% of them said no, while 24% of them said yes.
Okay, for the limitations of this research, we found that we can only do a convenience sample but it did not represent the whole population as it was such a small sample. And also, over 60% of respondents were over 40 years old. So 60% of the parents were over 40 years old. And many of the children were too old for the target market of 8 to 14. So that shows that parents still had interest of sending their kids to basketball camp, even though they're older. So if Mr. Lady wanted to expand the age range, he could. Size of the sample would be, it was another generalized what the information we needed, but it could have been more generalizable if we had more time and money to spend on our survey. And for the location, 405 researchers was not from Charlottesville because we did post it on our individual Facebooks. Similar response we got from people who didn't read all the way through and didn't read the whole post and see that it was just for Charlottesville area. And initially we didn't find enough respondents, so we had to post it on more places like the Charlottesville schools and multiple times on our individual Facebooks.
So in conclusion, we found that respondents who had children in the target market of 8 to 14 years old were very likely to send their kids to basketball camp. And parents that were willing to send their kids to these camps found that the prime pricing range was about $200 to $220. And then most of them were not likely to drive more than 30 minutes to drop their kid off at a basketball camp. And then the three most important characteristics of the parents for the basketball camp was that it was skilled, it was fun, and it included a bunch of team building exercises. And then most parents would rather pack a lunch instead of have it catered. But if it were to be catered, the top three choices would be Panera, Chick-fil-A, and Chipotle. And the original target hours of 9 to 3 were the most frequently named time period because of how well it worked with the parents' schedules. And then finally, majority of the parents did not want before or after care for their children.
So for recommendations, we named the camp Drop-in Dimes Developmental, and it will be located at the Carver Recreation Center in Charlottesville, and it's within that 20-30 minute distance for the parents. The time would be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the evening. The price of the camp would range from $200 to $220, which would be the maximum. And the focus of the camp would be skills, and that will include fun and team building aspects. And the children will arrive having a packed lunch since the camp will not be catering it, and there will be no before or after childcare. Thank you for your time.